So yes, while having my short presentation, I'm requesting everyone to install these two software applications, including the DICOM data file that we're going to use today for anatomical modeling. I'm going to paste it again in our chat box. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Can you see what's on my screen now? All right, so good day, everyone. So I am Gerald Jan Demecillo, and I am the training lead of FabLab Mindanao. So allow me to share to you our experiences with our advocacy here in FabLab Mindanao concerning the medical industry. So of course, we started with the ideation or the conceptualization in boosting or augmenting the possibilities or capabilities of additive manufacturing. And that's where we shift our focus from MSMEs to the medical industry. So with the help of our partner makerspace, which is the Zamboanga Center Medical Center mini makerspace, it's a makerspace situated inside a hospital. So we came up with 4 installments of training programs that is designed for creating anatomical models and at the same time educating our health professionals regarding the additive manufacturing. So these are our 4 installments or 4 series of training programs that we have last year. So the first, we have this industry lecture in which we have different resource speakers from the medical industries and at the same time from the 3D printing industry. So its aim is to educate the 3 fab labs here in the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines. So, and it was followed by Fab Health, in which it was aimed to educate and at the same time train our medical doctors on how to create anatomical models and master the 2 software applications used for developing, again, those anatomical models. And the third one, we have this Fab Health National Roadshow. So the first one, the industry lecture, was only focused on the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines. But the third one was more on the national, it's a nationwide roadshow. So its aim was to educate, again, the medical practitioners or the health professionals regarding the capabilities of additive manufacturing. And the last one was the, we called it Level Up Fab Labs. So again, it's just the same with the industry lecture in which Fab Lab makers and digital artisans were trained on how to create anatomical models. But this time it's on the national level in which different Fab Labs around the Philippines were, joined the training program. And these are the outcomes of our advocacy last year. So we trained health professionals from around the country, and mostly it was all about mostly these health professionals are otorhinolaryngologists or the head and neck surgeons. So we let's just say we focus more on the reconstruction of the mandible or the lower jaw. And then hopefully you can also join with us with our next step of spreading our advocacy in the medical industry. So we have the Fab Health 2020. So yes, that's it. So that's okay. Now, I hope that everyone already have this, already installed the two software applications. So we're going to use first the 3D Slicer. I hope you are following. So this is the 3D Slicer user interface. This is used for health professionals, and this is its user interface. In the right side, you can see the 4 different views. So actually, this for this one, for this part, you can see the top and bottom. Actually, in creating anatomical models, we focus more on. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Let me stop this screen sharing first. Sorry for that. What was that? Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. So again, this is the user interface of 3D Slicer. Here you can see the different menus and functions, and here on the right side, where you can see the 4 different views. So the first thing that we need to do is to make sure that the DICOM data file that I shared to you is already downloaded. So first step is to load the DICOM data first. Just click on that. Then here in my part, I already loaded the file, but I'll show you on how to locate. So import DICOM files, then search for the directory in which your DICOM data file was stored or saved. So here, in my part, I saved it on the downloads, and then search for the scalar volume 7, then import. So assume that I already loaded the file. So I will click the anonymous here. So I put the anonymous, it's because DICOM data, or yes, DICOM data are confidential. So you are not allowed to disclose. So we just put anonymous here. Then once you're done, you just have to click the load. Oh, okay, sorry. Hold on for a sec. So there was. What is the file name of the DICOM file? What will I import? Yeah, you can. Okay, so based on the Google Drive, there's only one file folder there. It's named Scalar Volume 7. So you have to install. You have to download the whole folder. So during our training program last year, so in creating anatomical models, so we focus also on creating the heart tissues or the bones. So that means our data, DICOM data, came from CT scan, not MRIs. Okay. So again, as you can see, there are 3 different views. In this part, this is where your 3D model will appear. So these are the sliders. Because CTs or DICOM data are DICOM data is it's a slice of images. So once you slide this portion, you can see different let's just say slices of images from the CT scan. So this is the top and bottom view. And then this part, this is the front and rear. And this one is the left and right. Okay, so once you loaded the correct file, then that's the time you need to select a module. So we will choose first the volume rendering. Then make sure to click this eye icon. You need to enable this one. Then go to the display. Oh, sorry. That was the preset, and then select CT bone, this one. And after that, you need to enable this and enable also the display ROI. ROI means that's the region of interest. Now, if your computer doesn't have the dedicated graphics card, you need to choose the CPU raycasting instead. But since my computer has the dedicated graphics card, and I'm going to use the GPU raycasting. So as you can see, nothing appears on the top right of my screen. So I need to okay, so nothing. So sometimes it takes time for my model to appear. So we just have to wait a little further. Okay, it's there. Okay, now our main goal here is to, of course, to reconstruct the mandible of a patient. The patient suffers a tumor from its lower jaw. So that's why, as you can see here in this, here in my screen, it's somewhat, like his face on the, I think, left side, it's not balanced. It's because, the person is suffering from a tumor. Now, we don't want the skin to be included in our editing. So we have to, use this slider until what appears here on my computer are the bony parts. All right, so I think this one is okay. And also, since our focus today is to reconstruct the mandible or the lower jaw, now I need to crop some parts of the skull so that it won't be included during our editing in the second software application, which is the Meshmixer. So for that, I'm going to use this. As you can see, there are pin heads. These are the region of interest display. So you have to be careful that this part of the jaw will not be included during your cropping. So I have to use this slider. Okay. So this is the part of the mandible that we don't want to to be cut. So be careful with cropping this one. So also in this part, I need to find this. Okay. Okay. Oh, there you go. So since I can see any pinheads here in this part, because I also want to remove this, I'm just going to use this one instead here in our 3D model. So make sure not to, okay, it's here. Okay, so once you're done, you need to change the module again to focus our, our model here on the crop region. So check this one, click this, search for the crop editor or module, and then click the switch to module. So just give it a little, just give it a minute for it to process. And then once you're done, you need to click apply. All right, now, so we successfully cropped the our model already. Now, once you're done, you proceed with the editor. So since you can't see any editor module here, you need to search it again. So just type editor, click on that, and then switch to module. So once you are on the editor module, please proceed to the threshold effect. That is the fourth to the last here in the selected label map. As you can see, it's blinking green. So since we want to separate, or let's just say isolate the hard tissue from the soft one, so let's change this one from tissue to bone. Click on that, so it will change. And then at the same time, we have to use this slider again, just like what we did on the first part. So in this slider, as you can see, as the more you proceed to the right, the denser part will appear. Okay. Whereas on the right side, okay, the hard tissues and also the soft tissues will also start to appear. But we want the bones only. I think this one is enough. Okay. So once you're done, click apply. And then proceed with the make modal effect. Then once you're, after clicking the make modal effect, then click apply. Okay, it's done. So it should appear like this. So if you're wondering why, if you're wondering, there are fragments that included. We can, we can eradicate this using the Meshmixer, which is the next software application that we're going to use. So once you're done, you need to save this, and then make sure to unclick all of the file names except the last one, which is the bone VTK. Then change the file format into STL. then choose whatever directory you want to save your file. So in my case, I'm going to save it in the downloads and then save. Okay, so that's for the 3D slicer. Any questions? I think none. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, what about the others? Okay, so I think silence means yes. So we will proceed with the next one. All right. Okay. So can you see what's on my screen? But this is actually the finished product of my output. But of course, we will. I'll teach you how to achieve this 3D model or product. So we already we are already done with the 3D slicer. So next we will use this mesh mixer to edit the mandible or the lower jaw. I save it in the bone. Yeah. Adi is here. Is Adi around? Okay, there it is. So again, as you can see, we want to remove this part, the jaw that has a tumor. So as a technical person, we just want we have to cut this one and then apply mirror. So that's what will happen here using mesh mixer. So first, I want to eradicate these fragments first. So I will proceed to the select. By the way, this is the user interface. This is also mesh mixer is also a Autodesk product, and yeah, it has a very minimalist user interface, and at the same time, it's very easy to use. So go to select. You can adjust the brush size here using this slider. And then to highlight all of this, you have to click this one 3 times. All right. Then after that, proceed to modify and then click invert. So as you can see, the ones that are highlighted now are the fragments. You can simply delete that by pressing delete on your keyboard. Okay. Now our next goal is to separate the maxilla or the upper jaw and the mandible or the lower jaw. And then there are actually 2 ways to separate this one. The first one is to manually highlight or select those conjoined parts, but actually it will take time for us to do that. And the other one is here in the edit, then generate face group. But then again, this function does not, it's not applicable all the time. But here we will try generate face group, and then okay. Now you have to make sure that what you can see here are two major colors, not this one. So therefore, you have to adjust the angle threshold. Now, sometimes it's kind of buggy. We're going to use the slider. So what we can do is type here the number instead. Now, the more you input higher numbers, the more one color, the more you can only see one color here. So if I'm going to use 30, if I'm going to type 30, so you can only see one color. But if you're going to decrease color, so say 9. All right, so you can see almost like 3 major colors. So I'm going to type 8. Seven. So you have to try until you can see only 2 colors here. So it's not. See 11. Wow. Okay. Yes, actually, this one is okay. But let's try 13. Hmm, 14. Oh no, 14 is okay. Then once you're okay with that, then click accept. Now go back to select again. And then triple click the lower jaw. Or it's up to you, it's either the upper jaw or the lower jaw. As you can see, there are parts of the, there are some tooth that are not colored in bright orange. So we want to include those. So you just have to, just highlight this. So you don't have to worry about this part because in a way we only have to cut this and then apply a mirror using the remaining part. So once you're okay with that, you need to separate this. Click separate. Okay, and now this part is separated from the upper jaw. Now you don't want the upper jaw to appear here, so you just have to click this one. And then close. Anyway, you can find that that window here, show objects browser. Okay, now we have to make this one a solid model first. So you have to proceed on the edit and then click this make solid. Okay. So I'm going to use the accurate instead and then update and accept. So I'm going to delete this one. Close this window again. So now we will begin with cutting this jaw into half. So proceed to the edit and then click the plane cut. So we will cut this jaw into half. So make sure that to cut this in 90 degrees. Anyway, there is an outer scale here that will guide you. As you can see, we are already on the 90 degrees. Then this arrow will let you move sidewards. This blue one, and then the green one will let you move up and down. So let's make some adjustments here. Okay, so I think this one is okay. So make sure that you cut it in half, not accurately, but at least on the, you have to get the central part of the jaw, like this one. So once you're done, click accept. Okay. And now it will cut in half. And once you're done, you must proceed to the mirror function. And then make some adjustments, like this one. Okay. And then click. I mean, if you are good with your output, or once you're done with using the mirror function, then click accept. So now there you have it. Then before transferring this to any slicer software, just like Ultimaker Cura, you have to apply a smoothing functions first. So I'm going to go back to select again, then highlight. Oops. Then apply smooth. Now, as you can see, it's like, a picture with, over filtering. And actually it's not really, realistic. So we have to adjust that one, You can use the slider here. So once you're good with that, click accept. And then we are going to open that window again to make sure if this newly reconstructed mandible fits to the upper jaw. Then check. As you can see, it fits. Okay. So why are we doing this and why we are using Autodesk Meshmixer and 3D Slicer? It's because, contrary to our usual software, just like Fusion 360 and other Autodesk products, human anatomy or our body parts are composed of irregular shapes. You cannot just simply use or draw or create this using regular lines or other shapes. So we need to use these two different softwares from the CT scan. Okay, so once you're done with this, and then just import this one and choose your file folder. And then make sure that it is in the STL binary format file. I'm going to save this on my desktop. Say over job number 2. And save. Actually, there's still a line here, but anyway. It's not much of a concern. So I'm going to check this on Ultimaker Cura. Just give me a moment. Yeah, allow me to share my screen again here in Ultimaker Cura. So there you go. I'm going to transfer the one that we manipulated in Meshmixer. All right, so there you have it. So once you're done with your presets in Ultimaker Cura, then you can start printing this using your 3D printers. Okay, so yes, there you go. And that's it for our anatomical modeling for surgical planning. Any questions? No more questions? Saverio, how about you?